Hey, you guys, what's good? Welcome to Esme&Eric's YouTube channel, you guys. I'm live in Lethbridge here on the street. I wanted to talk to you guys today in regards to what I messaged yesterday on my live. I did a live, you guys. I said I was going to do I'm going to be doing a little documentary. And you guys, it's going to take a while. And yesterday's video, I said it wasn't going to, it said it was going to be quick. But I just got through some calculations with what I got to work with, you guys. It's going to be a little bit, but I know you guys are going to enjoy it, you guys. If you guys enjoy most of these stories that I put on, you're going to like this somewhat small documentary that I'm working on. So you guys, as you guys can see, I'm in Lethbridge right here. I'll give you guys a better view here. Give me a second. Let's go to settings here, camera, facing back, you guys. Oh, sorry about that. So you guys, this is Lethbridge. This is Lethbridge. This is where Kainai drops off its homeless. If it has a problem with the homelessness like they did my Auntie Alice, they dropped her off in this big scary city. Okay, you guys, get this. There's the Lethbridge homeless shelter, you guys. It was given to the reserve basically because there's a majority of our people that were there. So that shelter here at Lethbridge is run by Kaina, you guys. So I'm really shocked that with the resources it has, there's not much they could do. So you guys, the meat and potatoes in my video today also is I wanted to speak on the reserve and how they lack the resources for people like myself. Okay, guys, this is a time right now that is our homeless are falling. The homelessness here are falling into a deeper gutter than they're in, and with what's going on here, you guys, and the resources that they have here, and the funds and the money that they got here, they shouldn't be having this problem. And you guys, I am here to tell you today too that I am uh, I am a former addict. I'm a former addict. I'm recovering from selling drugs and doing fentanyl. And you guys, a lot of the people that came on this journey with me are falling off. And there's a couple that passed away falling off. And the best thing that I could do is make awareness of it. You know, if I'm going to try help in any way, you guys, I'm going to have to make awareness. And I want to get your guys' attention. Um, the the homeless rate here in Lethbridge, you guys, according to Stats Canada, is one of the biggest in Western Canada. And that homelessness, you guys, is the number. It's so high because if you guys know your statistics and if you guys know Kaina, you know that Kaina is the biggest reserve on Kaina is the biggest reserve in Canada. Canada, and for that reason, there's going to be a high number of homelessness, you guys, here in the city. So I'm going to make awareness, you guys, to the best that I could, the best that I could. And um, there's not much that I could do single-handedly for the addicts and for the homelessness. What I can do is make awareness and tell you guys, the viewers, that our reserve has a lot of money to support us to maintain our sobriety, to help others that are trying to get sober, instead of overlooking us and putting more money into the projects that you guys know ain't working. And you guys can give some of that money and help us recovering addicts with life, so we can pass that on to others, you guys. And this documentary that I'm working on, you guys, it's gonna, like I said yesterday, it's gonna be about the addiction. I know you guys are tired of seeing videos on addiction and all that, but you guys are finally gonna see one from somebody that was actually addicted and admitted. So I feel with the money that the reserve is withholding is causing people like myself and people that journeyed with me to fall off back onto these streets. They fall back onto these streets and the streets take them. Can you guys count how many kids are growing up out there with no mom and no dad? There's a lot. Let's get it going, you guys. There's a lot of kids that are parentless because of fentanyl addiction or just in general the lifestyle that they're living. Could be alcohol. But you guys, I had a conversation with my wife yesterday. I told her I'm going to do a live tomorrow. And in my live, I'm gonna explain my documentary, which I'm doing right now, you guys. And I'm also gonna put it out there that a lot of us are falling off. Whether it's going back to the street or whether it's going back to the dope. One or the other, you guys. One or the fucking other, we are going. It's because I'll talk about myself. 6 years sober, you guys. Trying to get my program off the ground. I got it off the ground. However, I received no funding for it. Therefore, I couldn't proceed forward with it. So, why can't the reserve finally suck it up and say there's people out there that can help our addicts that are not working with us? I think it's time to admit it, you guys. I think it's time for the reserve to admit that whatever it is you guys are doing to help us or help the addicts, you guys got to admit that it's not working. I'm only one man, you guys, and I'm gonna fight till the end. I gotta fight through what I did last week, you guys. I'm gonna fight through what I did last month. I'm gonna I'm gonna always fight through my situation because that's all I could do. Or I could be weak. I could be weak and give up. Just go do whatever it is that I want to do and just give up on everything. I could do that as well. And that would be the easier part. And the reserve would like that. The reason why I say that, you guys, is because when we had the situation with the caretakers at the building, you guys saw how housing sided up with them so quick. Housing sided up with them so quick, knowing that these guys were in the wrong. And if they helped us tenants at the building, they would have been doing a good job. And Lord knows they don't want that. That's the kind of change that other reserves are going to see. And then these other reserves are going to realize they have to spend more money as well. And trust me, Kainai being the biggest reserve in Canada, they don't want to be the ones to get their feet wet and say, yeah, we're the ones that started it, because Lord knows how much money is in those departments that they want to keep. The reserve is withholding funds that are supposed to go to situations like this. You guys, I'm an entrepreneur. I put all the money that I get and I throw it into my channel, whether it's camera equipment, whether it's sound equipment, or whether it's paying somebody to come at my podcast. But I am an entrepreneur, and I have to go through a class if I want to get $4,000. $4,000 when the reserve has millions of dollars that are liquid funds. You guys know what liquid funds are? Liquid funds are assets that we can attain, we can access, and we. I'm not going to say we. I'm going to say they, because it's a group of people that I'm not with, but they are trying to get access to the reserves, financial records, and it's we're getting railroad. They're getting railroaded at every corner trying to get these documents to, and you guys, all they want to do is get these documents, financial documents, to show that the money that I'm talking about and other people are talking about are there. What we entrusted our leaders to spend and disperse this money in an equal way, but yet we can't. We can't seem to get it. These programs started that are so easy, you guys. That the programs we had, some when we were kids. And then if we do have the programs, you guys, it's usually family that gets onto these programs. It's not our kids. It's not my kids. It's not your kids. It's usually somebody from the department. Just like the Vegas trip, you guys. There was a basketball tournament last year, you guys, in Las Vegas for youth. Everybody in the department that had children went down to Vegas. Not one member, maybe one, maybe two members got to go down. See, that's how the reserve works, and that's where we come in and complain. We say that should stop. That shouldn't happen. The reserve should be treating us equal. You guys, I get looked at bad. I get looked at bad just for putting out videos like this. And I'm the troublemaker, you could say, the antagonist, you guys, because I spoke my mind. Half of my videos are just about rants like this of why can't we spend our money right? Why can't we get any money? Why can't you guys help me with my project? Fund Esme&Eric, and we'll do something. We'll kick the door in at least. I can do that, you guys. I just need the money. And I don't have the money. Despite what half of the reserve is saying about Eric. Half of the reserve says, oh, Eric's this fucking rank drug dealer that's been doing this thing for a long time and we can't help him out. Well, how come you guys can't help me out? I have no money. Why do you guys think I complained about housing, finding us a house, my family? And then we get a house, you guys, and then this trouble starts with the pill sellers there, and then all of a sudden they're gonna take my family out of the building. So that's how I knew the reserve needs people like that to keep things going in this fucked up way. And then people like me, people like you can't even suggest change. The moment we suggest change, it's gonna fuck everyone starts freaking out. It's not like we're changing precedent. It's not like we're changing rules and regulations. We're just giving other people an opportunity, such as myself. I deserve an opportunity, you guys. I have enough viewers. I have enough support. I got enough subscriptions for this channel to go the next level. But I can't go to the next level because I got no money for it. And then if I asked the reserve for money, they'd tell me to go to that class. And that's the class that I felt bad for, because there was 10 of us or 20 of us fighting for a $4,000 loan. A loan that wasn't even going to even help us with our business. I mean, you guys, for instance, to get a building, you guys are going to need at least 2,000 plus the damage. That's $4,000, you guys. That doesn't even include the utilities, doesn't include the equipment, and doesn't even include the product. That's what I mean, you guys, about this help that the reserve should be giving us, rather than telling us to go to these small business loans. What if you guys actually realized and thought, well, maybe this ain't a small business. Maybe this is an entrepreneur that has an idea that can assist our reserve in an area that is impacted the most when kids lose their parents, when kids lose their moms and their dads to overdoses, lose their mom and their dad to alcohol. Why is it when people like me got a solution to that, we can't get any help or any assistance? We just get held back further. I don't feel like that's right, you guys. I think that the reserve should pump out a little bit of money for us that recovered. Pump out a little bit of money for us. And I don't mean just because we sobered up. I mean because I used to be an addict. I used to do drugs. I used to sell drugs. I used to have so much money that nothing was an issue. But I kept getting into trouble. I almost died. I overdosed. Now I'm sober and I'm I'm feeling these thoughts. Sometimes these thoughts, you guys, they're too much for me. And sometimes I have to go outside and then take a breath because the frustration when I get railroaded with the projects that I'm doing, I get frustrated. I get frustrated and I start like being a former addict. I start getting these crazy thoughts. Well, maybe I should just fucking maybe I should just like buy half a brick and real flip it real quick. I'll buy a half a brick and flip it real quick because realistically, you guys, when I was selling drugs, that's what the quantity was at. That's why I got into a lot of trouble. Just because you have a lot of dope doesn't mean that it's just that much cooler. No, that just means you're gonna get into more shit. You're gonna go to jail like I did. I didn't enjoy jail, you guys. I didn't fucking enjoy jail one bit. And then when I start thinking crazy, well, I got a little bit of money saved that I was gonna buy a camera, but I might just and I'm just saying this as an example, you guys. I'm not saying this in layman terms. I got a little bit of money set aside. Maybe I should just go buy some crack and go flip it quick. I'm feeling sober enough. Nobody will know. You guys, when I think like that, that's when I feel like all that I've done, I feel like is a failure. I start feeling like I failed. And then I start looking at all these stories on the internet. They're success stories. And then I think to myself, how come we can't be a success story? How come the reserve can't give us a chance and set us up for something successful for once, rather than setting us up for failure? Every corner we hit, every every corner we hit, we got we got failure in the distance. You guys, my idea, you guys, is I'll tell you guys why I need the money. This is why I need the money. I need the money because I wanna get a quarter section of land, which I could buy, but my family is so cheap they can't even sell it to me. I wanna get a quarter acre of land, and I wanna get the reserve into the cannabis business. I want to get the reserve into the cannabis business because last year the cannabis business in Alberta was $5.1 billion. The reserve in BC is where I got the idea, you guys, down in Squamish. These guys, the reserve and the council, always when the when the talks for legal cannabis came up, the reserve always shot it down. And then this year, or no, 2 years ago, there was a group of young counselors. The first time it was on news, you guys. This is a big thing because a lot of the youth got on council there. There was a lot of youth and younger generation that got onto the council. The they passed the bylaw on the reserve to enter the cannabis business. Now the reserve gets a distribution of almost 7,000 almost every 6 months, you guys. The reserve gets $6,000 in distributions. I thought to myself, well, how come the reserves know, like, you guys, I'm not gonna cap. You guys know who I am with the weed. You know, you guys see all my videos on growing the best weed, pressing the best rosin, cooking the best honey oil. You guys, cannabis got me off of fentanyl. Cannabis got me off fentanyl, and um, well, somebody with a more conservative thought is gonna say, "Oh, well, from one drug to another." But no, cannabis isn't a drug, you guys. Cannabis is something that can be used as a medicine if utilized correctly. Now, I want to get the reserve to sponsor me a quarter section of land. I'll turn the soil, make it into one of the best growing areas ever, because that's what I went to school for, you guys. I went and got my certificate in agricultural and livestock last 3 years, 2 years ago. And the reason why I joined the agricultural and livestock program was because I wanted to actually further my growing techniques, because by then I was already growing cannabis by then. And then with my first bit of money that I made in my first run, you guys, I bought a rosin machine and I started pressing the flower. And you guys, the cannabis, I feel like, to me, being addicted to medication, it's like a sleeping pill. It's like an antidepressant. It's not something you inhale and you're going to turn into an owl and stay there until you die. I wanted to get the reserve into that. That's what I want, guys. That's what my project is. My project. I wanted to get this going. And that's what I needed the money for. That's why I tried to do the fundraise. Well, no, I didn't do fundraising. All I did was put it out there, and I wrote a letter to chief and council, asking. I mean, I did the whole layout, everything, you guys, and that Tell Feathers kid was gonna help me until I don't know, until I put my name in the hat. When I put my name in the hat, I lost a lot of friends, you guys. I lost a lot of support that were supporting me, that were on chief and council. Last November, November 20th, November 7th last year, when we all put our names in the hat, I lost a lot of that support. I was looked at as enemy. We couldn't campaign, we couldn't help each other, we couldn't do any of that. It was straight war. Everybody against everybody. I was going around trying to get people to, come join the campaign trail and, talk about their ideas and get a group started, like something positive. I couldn't get that, you guys. It was straight war. That's how greedy everybody was for money. And you guys, I'll tell you this, I wasn't in there for money. I was in there for this project right now. They got a shack. I'm still telling you guys about the, in Squamish, BC, there's a shack there. They work with, their detox center. They got a detox center like us. And then in that detox center, they have Suboxone, they have methadone, and they have cannabis. That's where I fucking got the idea. And I was like, well, if cannabis went with the Suboxone and the methadone, how come the reserve can't implement the same thing? If the doctor's gonna be pumping out Suboxone and methadone like that. Anyways, you guys, in Squamish, they got this shack. they bring in their patients that are just coming off of their dope, and they're telling them, and they got hybrid, you guys. And I'll tell you guys, I'll give you guys a quick lesson, you guys. Cannabis, there's three types of cannabis. There's indica, hybrid, and a sativa, and they all serve their purposes. Um, I'll give you guys an example of how to remember it. Okay, indica, you guys. Just think of in the couch when you're just chill right up in the couch. That's um that's a perfect way to remember it. Also, you guys, uh, I would say a hybrid is more of a, in the middle of a sativa, which sativa gives you energy. Sativa gives you energy and gives you more of an excitement. So if you're down and you're feeling a little depressed, I would suggest you go for a sativa. But you can't sleep. You're thinking of your baby mama because she just married your best friend, and you keep thinking about it, and you just want to fucking, I just want to get that motherfucker. You come see Eric. He's gonna give you an indica. He's gonna help you sleep at night. He's gonna help you. He's gonna help you rest. He's gonna give you a little bit of R&R, rest and relaxation. Okay, if you come in and you tell me, okay, well, I don't know if I want, if I don't want, I don't know if I want a sativa or an indica. And then I'm gonna hook you up with a hybrid. Okay, a hybrid, you guys, it's the best of both worlds. To me, a hybrid is more of a. To me, a hybrid is more of a. To me, relaxes me more than anything. So I was thinking to myself, well, how about if I was able to get this program started, work with the detox center, or possibly because we got so many of them on the reserve, you guys. We got like 5 fucking detox centers. Not to mention we got the treatment center. I would work with one of those guys on my farm, and I would much rather have our people doing traditional medicine, such as cannabis, than to put all these toxins in your body, that they put in Suboxone or methadone. Some of these people, I got friends, you guys. I got friends that have been on methadone for 30 years. 30 years they've been on methadone. How the hell does that help their situation? And these are the same people that I tell you got the same effect that most of us had on Suboxone. We turn into robots. We have no effects. We have no we don't have no excitement in our life. We don't have any like emotions. All those buttons are shut off with Suboxone. That's dangerous. That's dangerous. That's why I say cannabis. The what I've been asking for, you guys. I've been asking for it for years. I've been asking the reserve for help and assistance in it. I don't. I won't get any help from them, you guys. I won't get any assistance from them. I sure as hell probably burnt all my bridges when I put my name in the hat. I turned myself into an enemy, I heard. Someone told me, Eric, aren't you scared now that you're enemies with these guys? I said, no, it doesn't scare me because, in fact, it just confuses me because these guys that turned against me were supposed to be my friends. They're supposed to be my friends. And whether you're a councilman or not, when elections came, it shouldn't have went down like that. Everybody was fighting. Everybody was talking amongst each other just because of one counselor that started it, you guys. And you guys, he's the guy that was supposed to assist me in this. He was the guy that wanted my ideas. I don't know. You guys call him Pinocchio. I don't want to mention any names, but you guys call him Pinocchio. He was supposed to assist me. He was supposed to help me with these programs. As soon as I put my name in the hat, all of a sudden I'm the enemy. I get looked at as the, oh, what is he doing? We don't reserve affiliated with that. We don't are reserve affiliated with cannabis. Well, yeah, well, fine. Don't have anything to do with cannabis. Stick with the Suboxone and the methadone. Just forget I brought the idea up. Just forget the idea that I wanted to do something better than that. I shouldn't have been looked at as the enemy. Just because I put my name in the hat, I wanted to work with you hand in hand, I wanted to work with the people, actual members of the reserve, something that the council doesn't do. I wanted to actually go and sit down with the reserve and tell the people, hey, you guys got some input, let's do it. Although I got people that say we entrusted these guys to make all decisions for us, I got to disagree at some point. Sometimes somebody that is attacking the homeless situation that's never been homeless in their life. There's another example, you guys. Do you think somebody that's never been homeless in their life should be running the program? They don't even ask us questions. They just automatically assume, oh well, if you're hungry, go to the shelter. If you got nowhere to sleep, go to the shelter. If you got nowhere to eat, go eat at the soup kitchen. That's their answers. You guys, those are the answers we've had for years, and those are the answers I wanted to change. Not everybody is suitable for the fucking shelter. Not everybody's fucking suitable for the soup kitchen. Not all of us are suitable to be called homeless. And some of us are not even addicted to that point where you guys paint the picture of them. There's so much money out there, guys. The meat and potatoes of my video, if you're still watching my video from when I started this 23 minutes ago, the meat and potatoes of my video is last night I heard about one of the homegirls that fell off. They fell off and they were on the wagon for 4 years, you guys. No, almost 5 years, you guys. I saw her at the building, you guys, and she was smoking again. She was smoking the she has a side hustle, and she told me about it. And the reserve couldn't even fund her for the. They couldn't even look at her fucking paperwork. But she said what I said. She said fuck you, and she did it herself. Although although it didn't work out, you guys, she still did it. She still tried. And I asked her. I talked to her at the building. She cried. She was just crying. She said, I feel so ashamed there. I told her, don't feel ashamed. We all fall off. We can all get back on the wagon. Don't get too down on yourself. She was crying and she was like, hey, all I wanted to do was get this little project going. And I told her about it. I remember the project that she got going. I remember her doing it. And she couldn't finish it, you guys. She was blocked because she needed money. She needed the reserve to give her a building. Rob Crow over at Moses Lake Mini Mart Plaza. I hope you see this video. And if somebody, I'm gonna put his name in the title, you guys. Rob Crow. That's Kyla Crow's brother. He's the head of economics under Blood Tribe Economics. If you want to get one of those buildings in Moses Lake, you got to talk to Rob Crow. Okay, I phoned Rob Crow for my sandwich shop. And I told Rob Crow. I'm looking to open a sandwich shop on the reserve here. I was thinking if I can get one of those units. Ah, I think you could. Just fill out one of those papers. He's emailed me a paper. I filled it out, you guys. I filled out the paperwork, and that was 4 years ago, you guys. I've never heard back from Rob Crow since then. Those buildings that they were working on that weekend, 4 years later, they're still working on those buildings. They're still in there. Somebody just goes in there, cuts a 2x4 for fucking 10 hours, and then they close it back up for another 10 days. 4 years later, 4 years later, you guys, 4 years later, the fucking reserve still can't give us this, help us out with this building. 4 years later, Rob Crow can't help people like my friend open her shop because apparently they're still working on it. That's bullshit, you guys. You guys could have just told us no. Rob Crow, you could have just told us no. This way, people like me wouldn't be waiting. People like my friend, she wouldn't have fell off. It's tough, you guys. It's so fucking tough right now. It's tough being in the situation. Give me a second, guys. Let me try to fix my camera. There we go. So, you guys, people like me shouldn't be thinking those thoughts. People like my friend shouldn't have fell off. Well, I'm not trying to say this is the reserve's fault, guys. I'm just trying to say the reserve has a hand in it. They have a hand in it. Your hands are dirty of this. Come on, Kainai. Give us a chance. Quit telling us to go through all the red tape only to get back to the front of the line and then wait again. That's not right, you guys. People like my friends shouldn't be falling off back into addiction. Families shouldn't be losing members anymore at this rate. You should be helping us. Same answer, same old song, and the same old dance is getting lame. Now people are losing their lives again, and people like myself are falling off back into the street, selling drugs again, doing dope again. Open your eyes, you guys. Like, subscribe, comment, and follow if you enjoyed this video. Documentary coming soon. Peace out, you guys.